And let's fast forward to '81 when I was outed by my former lover. I was in the first Gallimony lawsuit ever in the history of this country. I don't think that's such a great award, but I was age 37, and I thought I was going to retire from tennis, but I call it transition. I hate that word retirement. And it wasn't to be. I had to go back and play so I could pay for the lawyer's fees. But in 24 hours, I lost all my endorsements. And it's great that doesn't happen today. Like when Amelie Mauresmo came out. And also you've had Martina Navratilova here 6 years ago, I think. And so each generation it gets a little better, hopefully. I did follow my truth, although my lawyer and my publicist didn't want me to have a press conference. I told the truth. And I didn't feel safe. It took me years and years to come out and figure out about my sexuality. I was always ashamed. I come from a homophobic family. I was always scared. I was told in the early 70s if I talked about anything that was going on in my life as far as sexually, that we would not have a tour. It was a very hard time for me. But finally, at 51, I got there. I'm 62 now, so it hasn't been even that long that I finally got there. And don't forget, October 11th, coming out day. So I hope, and I know, talking to Mark, who that's his problem. That's what he's in charge of. I guess we have 100,000 pieces that we can hand out to parents and family so they don't completely fall apart and not know what to do when maybe their child or nephew or niece or somebody tells them, or they've come out. Maybe even their grandparent comes out. Who knows? It can happen anytime. It's interesting that HRC was founded in '80, when my Gallimony suit was in '81, but it's because of organizations like the HRC who advocate and fight for all of us that we have fewer secrets now and fewer reasons to have them. And I think that's so important what you've done. You've paved the way for our community, the dialogues of communities of faith, the support of education, the focus on equal treatment of all families, work against hate crimes, and it's such important efforts to change the culture and to make America the world a more tolerant place. And I want to thank you for all that you're doing. That means so much. You have no idea. Every day I think about you and I wonder, and you know, I often speak at diversity events at Fortune 500 companies, particularly to LGBT groups or broader employee networking or whatever, but I always check the HRC Corporate Equality Index. I always check that. It's a great resource for me personally because if the company isn't at 100, I ask them what they're going to do about it. And then I go back to them later each time. And I just want to thank HRC for keeping the pedal to the metal. You're doing it. Keep doing it. I want everyone to have the right to feel safe. Safety has been a word for me that I've had a hard time feeling safe, and that's why this progress is really important, to help make everyone have the right to feel safe. That's what's happening here. I would just particularly like to thank Ilana Kloss, my partner for 26 years. She's here tonight. Ilana definitely is the angel of my family and the wings that carry me every day. I can't thank you enough, and I love you very much, Ilana. Thank you. And because I'm an athlete, a former athlete, former professional athlete. All of you are an athlete if you can breathe, by the way. So breathe deeply. That was your exercise. And, you know, as an athlete, though, I always have to have this call to action when I speak. So I would really like you to think about your own legacy tonight and how it relates to HRC if it does. If it doesn't, that's okay, but that would be really awesome. But I just want you to think about what you want to do now and how you want to be remembered. It doesn't have to be macro, it can be micro, it can be whatever you want it to be. So I want to urge you all to continue the fight, to stand up and be heard, and to push for whatever you believe in, whatever it is. You young people in the audience, you are the pioneers of tomorrow. And the more you know about history, the more you know about yourself. I think we saw that tonight. Each generation builds on the foundation of the previous one, stone by stone, brick by brick. So add your stones, add your bricks. You never know how you'll touch somebody else's life or how they'll touch yours. We are indebted to HRC, each and every one of us, for all of their important advocacy work at all levels: federal, state, regional, and local. Very grassroots. And it takes a lot of courage and conviction to keep pushing, and HRC have done just that. And they have made a huge difference. Thank you again, and remember, let's make equality a reality. Dream big and go for it. Thank you.